And what makes the proposed sin tax measure pending in the Senate so important for the government in raising more revenues to ensure more resources are available to fund the President's universal health care program? Of course, there are concerns from some sectors, to include tobacco farmers, who are also expected to benefit from the measure to cushion the impact of high-priced cigarettes, which could lessen consumption. Is the proposed sin tax good or bad? Joining us tonight is Congressman Tomas Apacible, a member of the Committee on Ways and Means and former Finance Undersecretary. Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you and our listeners.
Sir, just to educate our people, our viewers, the reform measure proposed for the sin taxes, how different is it from the current structure being implemented by the government?
Well, right now we're up to 2011, we were generating about 25 billion for cigarettes and about 22 billion for alcohol and distilled spirits. With this bill that is being proposed now in the Senate, the Drilon draft bill, it will increase the coffers by around 40 billion. The original one as proposed was about 60 billion, and the one that was proposed by Senator Recto is about 15 billion.
So many people are asking now, this proposed bill approved by the House and now pending in the Senate, is it a revenue measure or a health measure?
Well, it's actually both. That's the beauty and the agony of the whole thing, because as a revenue measure, it definitely will correct the distortion. Kasi 1996 was the year when it was imposed, and up to now it's still in that rate. So imagine this is 2012. So we're just going to correct the distortion, which has been there for all the years. Then the other one is that as a health measure, since we know that smoking is bad for your health, the only thing is we cannot ban it outright, because experience has shown that if you ban smoking, people will still find a way to go about it, like the days of the prohibition. So you make the prices go high, so that especially the young sector that we want to avoid taking up this vice will not be able to smoke cigarettes. And it has been proven in the States and even in Thailand, when they raised the prices of cigarettes, the revenue stream became even more, and it discouraged a lot of the youngsters, about 10 to 13%. It went down the consumption of the young people.
So the target to be raised is 40 to 60 billion in added revenues. How much will go to the health sector for this?
Well, yeah, the other beautiful thing about this, it will fund the universal healthcare system. We need about 23 billion for this thing, and if we are able to get that revenue, then we will be able to pay for the premiums of everybody under the PhilHealth program of universal healthcare, which will definitely go a long way in giving us preventive health maintenance for our citizens, especially the poor, who cannot afford even to pay for their medicine or go to government hospitals.
So with regards to the tobacco farmers, what alternatives are open for them to make up for the lost income planting tobacco?
Actually, 15% of the revenue, whatever bill you are going to pass eventually, will go back to the tobacco farmers, and this will be used to give them some form of livelihood assistance and be taught alternative sources of livelihood. No? So definitely they will not be that much affected. As a matter of fact, if the revenue goes higher, then definitely, since it's a percentage of that, it will even go higher for them. So this might be a temporary dislocation, but in the end, things will be working out better for the farmers in the north.
So with regards to the forecast of increased revenues from the higher taxes, just for the education of our viewers, do you think that less consumption of cigarettes and alcohol due to higher taxes will actually also mean lesser revenues?
No, as I said, it has been shown already in Thailand and the United States, when they increased the tax rate for cigarettes, it's a vice. So you just continue smoking, and they grew fivefold, and the incidence of the tax rate that came in was about at least fourfold. So I think there is enough elasticity in the price range for those who really want to go on with their vice of smoking and even drinking, to be able to raise more than the revenues definitely that we have right now, because it's, as I said, based on 1996 tax rates.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
So to me, overall, it accomplishes a lot of things. It's a win-win situation. Of course, the ones affected, the manufacturers right now, unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be anybody else that much affected. They control about 94% of the industry. So this is one way also leveling the playing field, because as far as international conventions is concerned, they want the local and the imported brands to be taxed equally. And right now, what has happened here is that those that were sold earlier are taxed less than those who came in later. So it's a matter of the date that is the basis for the higher tax rate, which is not really equitable.
So with regards to some sectors saying if this bill is passed and the higher taxes are passed, this would actually also increase smuggling. What's your take on this, sir?
Well, smuggling is another issue. I came from customs. That's a matter of implementation. No? But definitely, if we are going to implement the laws as it is right now, it will even protect the manufacturers. And because of the higher tax and the higher prices, I think they will even have better revenue. You know, the one that is here, Philip Morris, about a third of their produce, I found out, because they're in Tarawan, Batangas, in my province, although not my district, is really more for export. So it's a matter of expanding more the export market than just relying on the local base. So I think if they live to see the bill be passed, I think they are ready to come up with countermeasures to ensure that their viability is even enhanced.
So now that the bill is with the Senate, are you optimistic that it will be passed soon? Do you see any other obstacles that will actually delay the passing of this bill?
Well, definitely it's a contentious issue because, as the elections come near, if your constituency is in the north, you have to really think hard about it. So it's a matter of explaining and informing the affected farmers that this is really something that will be to their benefit in the long run. And I have no doubt that with the wisdom of our Senate President there, together with our senators, they will see that overall this is a measure that has to be passed, especially since the administration has certified this is one of the measures that they want to see passed before the new year comes.
Okay, on that note, thank you very much, sir, for joining us tonight. That was Congressman Tomas Apacible, a member of the House Ways and Means Committee. Thank you, sir, for joining us.
Thank you so much, and good evening to all.